Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So in this video, we're going to be doing something slightly different compared to normal. We are going to do a money making method on thieving, which, shock, that's what we've been doing for the past 2 weeks. But what I'm going to be looking at is items which have gone up in price because of thieving. So we're going to be making money from the thieving update without actually having to do the thieving update. And when big updates come onto the game, I try and do this to show you guys that look, even if it's a PVM update, skilling update or whatever, you don't have to do that actual update to make some GP from it. You can go and do some other stuff or stuff which has gone up due to it and make money from that instead. So in terms of this video, we're going to look at a couple of items which have definitely gone up in price. Now, I checked the prices on these yesterday, but I'm going to go and do it again fresh because A, the prices didn't kind of work, but then I thought they're worth showing anyway because it makes the video a bit more real and shows it more realistic to what I can currently find and how I currently work my way through videos. But also, things change in price quite a lot, and especially some of the items we're going to show today are going to change a lot in price as well. So the first one I'm going to show you guys is the magpie pouch. Now, very rarely does summoning pouches go up in price to a point where it's very much worthwhile you guys doing. Now, whenever it does, I would recommend, especially lower levels, to do this as a method because not often you can make money from summoning, and especially a magpie which uses something like a green charm is a really good way for you to make some profit. Now, as you can see, we've just instant bought that magpie pouch for 25,000 coins. And the magpie pouch does not require 25,000 coins to make. So even an instant sell is 13.7k. It's incredible profit. Now, in terms of what you need to do this, you're going to need a summoning pouch, which is going to cost you a couple of coins. You're going to need green charms for this as well, which green charms are kind of the ones which you put to one side. No one really wants to use green charms. In terms of the item you need to make the magpie pouch, it's going to be a golden ring, which as you've seen, I've just instant bought for 603 coins. So we're going to need some spirit shards. Now, you can actually buy these from the pet store if you wanted to. Now, the reason I'm doing it on a Grand Exchange is because it shows you guys the maths a lot easier than it takes to me to explain it. So we're going to need 88, and that is going to come in at a price of 2.2k. So you can pretty much quite comfortably get all the supplies you need for a magpie pouch for 3,000 coins. And if you sell it for the high price, which you should, you can make 22,000 coins profit with this method. And because of the price of the gold ring, you could go and take a couple of noted 1,000 gold rings, so something like Tavily, take some magic note paper with you as well, and note your magpie pouch. You can make an incredible amount of pouches per hour, and that can convert into some really decent cash as well. Now, on the summoning hype as well, something a little bit more annoying to make, and if you wanted to as well, I think with the price of the magpie, that's what I'm going to recommend. You can also use your green charms for abyssal lurkers. Now, these and the scrolls as well give you thieving boost, very similar to the magpie, but as you can see, 26.6k, it's only a little bit more than the magpies, and the abyssal charms, yes, they're free, but they're quite annoying to get because you have to go and kill creatures in the abyss. If you want sheer ease, definitely do the magpies instead if you want to, but I'm just giving you guys some options as well. Now, with the abyssal lurker, the scrolls as well are the benefit. That's something you need to look at doing as well, and if you could do it on something like an Amalod Hour, you could probably make a bit of GP, but looking at that, it's not worth doing. Just make the pouches and sell the pouches instead. So really, really good GP with those two familiars. And it's not often you can make real good GP with like summoning familiars. It's only when updates happen and there's a demand on them where they generally spike. Now, from there, we're going to move on and look at some other stuff. So the first one I'm going to look at is an item which can blow hot and cold quite a lot. Now, when we looked at these last night, there were 5,000 coins each. And I'll show you my Grand Exchange just to prove it was that price. And as you can see, they're already back up to their kind of mid-price. But a couple of days ago, I was buying these on 7-day bond for 19,000 coins each. And all this is a silver opal necklace, which you then enchanted. It's very low level crafting and enchanted on top, but they make a lot of GP because they prevent you getting caught and stunned. They're those kind of items which people will want, especially when they're trying to do the higher level creatures as well. But the demand on the Grand Exchange and the volume on the Grand Exchange normally isn't there. So that's why these items can sometimes spike quite heavily. These can float quite comfortably between 50% off their Grand Exchange price to 20, 30, 40k. Depending on what time you're buying them, depending on what kind of quantities on the Grand Exchange. But look, yesterday I bought these for 5.1k, bought out what was on the Grand Exchange, and then straight away they jumped up to 9.9k. So there's flexibility in that price as well, and a really good way to make some low level profit. I would just highly recommend that you check margins, you keep an eye on what the price is always selling for as well, and adjust when needed. Now, the final one does have a couple of ways to make money with this. This is going to be Gloves of Silence. Now, very similar to the necklace, is going to reduce the chance of you getting caught when pickpocketing. Now these have gone very expensive ever since the mushroom bag was released, but at the minute they're even more expensive because of, again, this combined with a feather thinglet necklace are a really good way for you to prevent getting caught thieving, which then makes it more AFK, which then makes it easy for the player. And as we've always proved on these videos, if something makes it easy for a player to play the game and more AFK, they will pay the money for it. Now, the first thing we spotted with this, it's got a massive margin, 65k in terms of margin. If you wanted to flip it, I don't think you'll get many buys at that price, but again, we've seen the margin is there. Now, to make these, you're going to need 2 dark kebbit furs. Now, dark kebbit furs, you have 2 ways of getting them really. One is on the Grand Exchange. Now, I have a feeling because people know of this a bit more since the mushroom bag update, this is going to be a bit of a higher price for normal, but no, 25k actually is a very, very good price. And with that, if you go and turn these into, and I'll show you how to do it actually. So this is really, really easy for you guys to do in terms of money making method. You take the dark kebbits to the fancy costume place. It's basically just south of where you finish Family Crest. And then you can turn them into the gloves from there. Now, because of this, dark kebbit fur being 25k is actually a really good way to make some GP for a low level hunter method. Now, to go and do these dark kebbit, you're going to need to be able to do falconry. You can only catch these kebbits with falconry, but if you take some magic notepaper there, you can rattle off a lot of kills per hour and a lot of GP per hour as well. You just got to think, at like 25k each, you only need to catch 100 of those to make 2.5 mil. And I think that really is very, very achievable to do per hour as well for a low-ish hunter level. I think you need something like 59 to go and do it. In fact, we'll fact check just to make sure we are correct. Yeah, so I think it's 54. 54 is the hunter level you need. So here we are in the southeast corner of Varrock, the fancy dress shop owner. Click on the first shop, and this is where it gives you the options to do all the things. So the spottier capes, the different types of like animals for the different areas of hunter. And we can just, for 600 coins, buy some gloves of silence, and he'll turn our fur into a set of gloves of silence. We paid 50k for that, and then we can be able to sell it for 95k as well, which is going to be some really solid profit. And because of thieving, these items have gone up because of the demand as well. Now, what I would say is maybe I should have done this video last week when thieving really was hot, because the amount of volume people would have bought and sold would have been considerably higher. Right now, it will still sell because people will still be looking to do it, but it might just not sell as quickly as what it did last week. However, I wanted to show you guys as well because it can be a different way for you guys to make a little bit of GP. Very niche items, all of these, but the one I would really sort of like suggest you guys to do, if you have any green charms, do the magpies. It's very rare that you get a chance to do summoning and make profit from summoning as well. And I imagine everyone, me included, has a big stack of those charms in your bank. I have like 2,000 charms, which have always been there and will probably always stay there. So utilize those. What I'm going to be doing in the future as well, anytime I spot things like summoning familiars or summoning pouches going up in price, I'll always make a video on them as well, because I think summoning, once there's profit in it, is a really good time to sort of dial in, dial down and make some money from it. But I hope this video just goes to show you guys as well, when there's a brand new update which comes to the game, look at what people are buying for it and see if you can make money off it as well. Normally, it's just a little bit of a process. Again, with the gloves of silence, for example, you're running back and forward to the bank. You're just right clicking on that option to make the gloves, and that's all you really need to do. But people won't do that. People would much rather just buy them on the Grand Exchange and go from there. One thing you can do as well, which I'm going to try and cover in the farming run video I'm going to do, because I've not done one for this year, so we'll do a farming run video. Something which is going up a lot in price as well is bitter cap mushrooms, because they are used, I imagine, for the mushroom bag. So because they're used for the mushroom bag, they're up in price. If you wanted to just add them into your farm run, you can make a decent amount of GP with them. They should outperform Morchella mushrooms. But also as well, if you've got some instant growth potions and you're looking to make a little bit of money right now, these are slightly higher in price if you wanted to do that as well. But hope you guys are looking forward to that video, like maybe next week or the week after, where we do our sort of run through farm runs, because this year there's been quite a lot of changes to farm runs and there's a lot more GP floating around in farm runs as opposed to normal, and I want you guys to take full advantage from it as well. I've done farm runs ever since I've started this account, and I try to do them as much as possible as well. But gonna wrap the video up there. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys have found videos like this worthwhile. Again, they're very niche videos and they're very one-off videos, but I think it brings a nice bit of variety, and it shows you guys as well just how you can make money with stuff which might not be the actual update related, and especially like with mid-level and lower level stuff. I love getting it out for you guys as well, because these are the ones where there's really not big volumes of the items released and on the Grand Exchange, and you can cash in and make a lot of cash with it as well. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.